Hello, and welcome to Milo Kitchen. Tonight, we'll be making chicken teriyaki. To make your chicken teriyaki, you will need a rice cooker, a measuring cup, some rice. I like to use the cow rose rice. It's a shorter grain and it helps it be more sticky. A saucepan, you'll need a big one if you're making a big batch. And then you need some chicken thighs. Make sure that it's thighs, because those breasts, they're just, they're too dry, too white and dry. You can get the big old bag from Costco for like 10 bucks, like, how much is that? 6 pounds? 6.5 pounds for 10 bucks. Or you can buy them fresh and freeze them yourself, but they must be frozen. Also, you're gonna need some Crisco. Make sure that it's vegetable oil, because you cannot use the olive oils, okay? And then you're gonna want, this is very important, some garlic powder, which is $4.99 here, but garlic powder. You want the teriyaki sauce, okay? You want the liquid stuff. Don't get any of that stuff that is runny or is like coagulated like ketchup. That's not good. And then some salt and some pepper. Now, one of the first things you're gonna need to do, and it's not pretty, is take your thighs out, put them in some water in your saucepan here. I got a smaller saucepan because, it does me. And then put them in there to boil for about 20 minutes or so. Well, depending on how hot it is. You just want to make sure that they cook all the way through. The next thing you want to do is prepare your rice. Tonight, I'm making a cup and a half of rice here. So, I did exactly a cup and a half in there. And then next, you want to rinse off the rice. So I rinse off the rice just by swirling it around. You can use your hand, get it all in there. I don't know, you want skin in there or whatever. But basically, see how that's cloudy now? See that's cloudy? That's cloudy. So you just want to make sure that you want to rinse it and do this a couple of times, maybe 4 or 5 times. Pour it out, pour most of it out. Put some water back in there. Swirl it around. I just like to swirl it around. You can let it fill up a whole bunch. You want to make sure that you're using cold water, because if you use warm water, it's going to start cooking the rice. It's going to mess everything all up, okay? So pour that out. So you want to do that like 4 or 5 times. And basically what you want to see is you want to keep doing this until when you fill it up with water, you can see the individual rice grains underneath it. So that's like the 3rd time. That's still a little cloudy. So we're going to pour that off. That's the extra starch from the rice. And if we let it cook in the rice cooker with that, then it'll just be like a big rice patty all stuck together. And that's not what we're looking for. So see how there's water in there now, but you can make out the individual grains? I might do it even one more time here. There. See how you can see all the grains in there now? That's what you want to see. One of the next important steps here is figuring out how much water that you need. So the water content for this is going to be different per rice. It's going to be different for however you're cooking it. What I do is I did a cup and a half of rice, dry rice. So I'm going to do 2 cups of water. Throw that bad boy in your rice cooker. Close the lid. Turn it on. And then if you have an option, select white rice. It'll start cooking and it'll probably take, for that amount, maybe about 20 minutes. So something that you might want to do here while you're boiling is take some of your teriyaki and just pour a little bit of the teriyaki in there. It's just going to add a little bit of flavor while it's boiling, but we're going to use some more teriyaki later. So I like to take my rice paddle and flip these over while they're cooking to make sure that they get cooked more evenly. And then I also cook over a medium heat. So I turned it down a little bit for the video, but I like to get a light boil on it while it's cooking. Okay, after the chicken has cooked, then take it out and put it on your cutting board here. I also cut up some carrots because I'm going to add some carrots in with this. It is important to be noted, if you want vegetables, then make those too, but this is just going over the chicken and the rice. I usually will take the chicken out when the rice comes down to about 10 minutes. Okay, once we have it cut up into some bite-sized pieces, what we're going to do is take your pan and put it back on the stove. And then we're going to take the vegetable oil here, okay? And we're going to pour in a little bit of vegetable oil in here. Probably about like 2 tablespoons for this amount of chicken. And then turn the heat on to medium-high. And let that heat up a little bit. Okay, so we're going to transfer the chicken on over into the skillet here. Ooh, Lord, you got all in there. And start cooking it. Once you transfer your chicken into your skillet, you want to shake it around. Get your teriyaki sauce here. Teriyaki liquid. And then pour it on over there. Just pour on a nice healthy amount. It's going to boil down and kind of become a little bit more saucy. So we're just going to move that around a little bit. And then we're also just going to want to sprinkle our garlic powder over top of there. So, ooh, that's a lot. Okay, that's enough. So you don't really need too much garlic powder. So at this stage right here, we're just cooking the garlic flavor into it and cooking the teriyaki flavor into it. After I get this all mixed together, I'm going to add my carrots in there too, because I like teriyaki carrots. So we're going to get this all mixed together and let it cook for just a few minutes. Just want to soften up the carrots a little bit here. Now, once you have this all mixed up all nice, what you want to do is... That's my carrot! Get out of here, girl. I'm trying to make some food. You eat my carrots. Anyway, you want to turn your heat all the way up to high here and cook off the rest of this liquid. It's the liquid part of your teriyaki. It's going to make a reduction and it's going to make it into a little bit more saucy. I like to turn it all the way up to high and let it cook all the way off, and then brown it a little bit to get a little bit of a chard on there. It actually gives it a really good flavor when you get the char actually on the chicken and whatever vegetables that you're using. Okay, so we're about done here. We got that char on there, like I was talking about. Brings a little bit of extra flavor. Once you get the char level that you want, go ahead and turn it off. Turn off the heat, move it off of the heat, and then we're going to take a little bit more teriyaki here. And we're just going to run a little bit more teriyaki over top of it to add a little bit more of that teriyaki flavor. And we'll just kind of work that in here. Now, when your rice cooker has finished, you want to open it up. Let the steam out, and that is the initial texture that you're really looking for here. I'm left-handed, but I'll try. What you want to do is you want to start pulling it up out of the container here, like this. And I'm using the same thing here. But it's going to be have a little bit more moisture in there than you want. And what you need to do, I'm getting it all over the place. What you need to do is you need to fold it over in here, which I can't do because I need both hands, but you need to fold it over in here a couple of times while fanning it off, and that's going to create your perfect sticky rice texture. Okay, so I've done just that, and so you can see how it's nice and stuck together, and it's going to be easy to pick up with chopsticks if you are using chopsticks, or if you're just using a fork. It's going to make nice big globs. So you want to take that off, and you'll need to kind of scrape it off and get it into the bowl like that. Once I get it all in, I kind of like to channel it over to make 2 parts here. Okay, so I have transferred the chicken teriyaki With the carrots, if you want to add other vegetables to it, you can do that too. I just did carrots tonight because that's all I had. Broccoli and onion are also good to add in with the teriyaki. To add a little bit extra flavor, you can add some more of the teriyaki, which I've already done that, but add some more of the teriyaki in there. I also like to serve it with hoisin or a katsu sauce. Thank you for joining us tonight on learning how to make delicious chicken teriyaki. I hope that you have success and have some delicious teriyaki. Okay, thank you, bye.